Good evening and welcome to another video on All Hail the Ale. Tonight we are going for a beer from a brewery based not a million miles from where I used to live. And the brewery in question is Time and Tide. The beer is this one. It's all in, Jim. It's an American Pale Ale. And it contains Citra Cascade, Sriracha, Ace and Hercules hops. It weighs in at 5.4% ABV and it's got an IBU rating of 60, which means it should be relatively bitter. It's made with Pilsner, Marisota and Carapils malts. The hops we've already covered, which are Citra Cascade, Sriracha, Ace and Hercules, and the yeast is a house yeast. It's a 440ml can, and there's not an awful lot more I can tell you about it. I did also completely and utterly forget the price of this one, and I have just noticed that this particular can is past its BBE, which is not great given that I only bought it a couple of weeks ago, and even then it was past its BBE. We are now at the end of March and the BBE is the 26th of Feb. Doesn't bode very well. Anyway, maybe a little bit of a stock rotation lesson for those in question. Anywho, it's Friday. We need a beer. It's been a horrendous week, so I'm looking forward to this one. Old or not. Maybe it won't taste as fresh. Who knows? I haven't got a fresh one to compare it to. Anyway, so we've covered. It's an APA. It's 5.4%, and it's an IBU rating of 60. So yeah, let's crack her open and see what we get for a month past its best American Pale. So the pour is, as expected, pale. Quite carbonated. And there we are. A little bit of haze. So there's obviously a little bit of sediment in the can somewhere. And I say in the can because it's there, it's kind of floating. I don't know if you can see it there. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? I don't know. Let's give the old can a bit of a swirl and get the rest out for a bit more haze. Yeah, it's kind of floating around. Well, not floating, but just circulating. Circulating slowly. Anyway, we've got a finger or so of bright white head. It's reasonably compact, quite tight. Yeah, it looks alright. Smells actually alright. It's clearly citra based. The lemon is there. There's a slight malty, yeasty thing in the background. Just imagine like a lemon meringue pie, that kind of thing going on. And there is a hop aroma in there. Yeah, is it the Cascade? I think it is. I think it's the Cascade that I can get. That it's got that little distinct aroma to it that I can only describe as Cascade. Maybe a little bit stone fruity. Anywho, smells good. I like the look of it. It smells good. The BBE, will it play a factor into how it tastes? Let's find out. Tastes alright actually. Citrus is the first flavour you get, and there's a residual sweetness on the back of this one. It's quite nice. Can't help but wonder how much nicer it would taste if it was within the best before. I guess I won't know because I haven't got any more. The IBU rating is about right. It works. The level of bitterness with the sweet sort of citrus flavours that you've got going on. It almost tastes a little bit, almost artificially sweetened as well. Let's have a quick look. No, water, barley, hops and yeast. That's all that's in there. No no lactose, no nothing. So, yeah. Can condition... Ah, that explains the haze. Can condition beer. Best served chilled, which it is. And drink fresh. Well, I only bought it 2 weeks ago and it was already past the best before, so, but I like the flavour. The Citra is obvious, the Cascade is there, the sweet malts in the background. It's light, it's slightly effervescent, it's quite dry on the finish, as well as being, it's a sweet flavour but dry finish at the back end. It's alright, you know, it's, well, I mean, I've got nothing to compare it to from a fresh version of this beer, but what there is for All In Gym APA, which is a month past its best, it's actually pretty good, and I'm going to judge it on what I can taste, not what I expect it could be. So, off the back of this short but sweet tasting of Time and Tide Brewing's All In Gym APA, would I buy it again? On the evidence of that, yes I would. I like the Citra flavours, they work really well. That little touch of stone fruit from the Cascade works well, and I like the dry but sweet finish. I like the I like the aromas, you know, it's lemon meringue pie to me, quite clearly. It works well. So I'd buy it again. I'd obviously give it at least a 3. And how much more? Would I rush out and buy it? Do you know, I think I would. It's got flavours I like. It's got a bit of bitterness. It's light, it's fruity, it's sweet. It ticks many boxes. And I think it can only really be better if it was fresh. So, on the strength of this one, I'm going to give it a 4 1/4. I think that's fair, and obviously if it's fresh I think it would be even better. So yeah, not a bad score really for a beer that's more than a month past its best. I don't know, I've said that a few times now, but it needs to be said. Stock rotation is important, ladies and gents, so get your fresh beers at the when they're fresh, get the old stuff off cheap. Anywho, ladies and gents, boys and girls, this has been Time and Tide All In Gym APA. I've been Nick, and I'll see you again soon for another video. Bye.